Hello and welcome to Apex Atlas. Today, we are traveling to Greece, a land where the sun paints the mountains in gold and the echoes of ancient philosophers still linger in the olive groves. Over the next hour and a half, we will explore 200 gentle facts about this Mediterranean cradle of civilization. From the blue-domed churches of the islands to the quiet mysteries of the gods, let's begin our journey through the light of the Aegean. The land of the sun, Greece is one of the sunniest places in the world, enjoying over 250 days of sunshine a year. In places like Rhodes, the sun shines for nearly 300 days, creating a culture that lives in harmony with the rhythm of the light. The birth of democracy. In the 5th century BC, the citizens of Athens gathered on a rocky hill called the Pnyx to discuss and vote. This quiet act of participation was the birth of democracy, a gift of thought and governance that changed the world forever. The eternal olive trees. Some olive trees in Greece are over 2,000 years old and still produce fruit today. These ancient, twisted giants are living monuments, having witnessed the rise and fall of empires while standing silently in the sun. The blue and white of the Cyclades. The famous blue and white houses of the Greek islands weren't just for beauty. The white lime wash was used to reflect the intense summer heat, while the blue was often made from a mixture containing limestone and cleaning agents, creating a sense of cool, clean sanctuary. The secret of the Mediterranean monk seal. In the hidden sea caves of the Aegean, the endangered Mediterranean monk seal finds refuge. These shy, gentle creatures are some of the rarest mammals in the world, slipping silently through the turquoise waters away from the busy world. The blue zones of Icaria. On the island of Icaria, people famously forget to die. It is one of the world's blue zones, where a slow pace of life, a diet of wild greens, and strong social bonds lead to some of the longest lifespans on Earth. The scent of mountain tea, tsai chu vunu, or Greek mountain tea, is harvested from the high rocky slopes of the mainland. Dried in the sun and steeped in hot water, its earthy, floral aroma has been a source of healing and calm for generations. The marble heart of Penteli. The Parthenon was built using marble from Mount Penteli. This specific marble contains a trace of iron, which causes the ancient columns to glow with a soft, honey-colored warmth when hit by the setting sun. The legend of the Aegean Sea. Folklore tells us the sea was named after King Aegeus. The water varies from a deep, meditative sapphire to a bright, translucent turquoise, holding the secrets of 1,000 myths within its depths. The ritual of the frappe. In the heat of the afternoon, life slows down for a frappe. This cold, foamy coffee is sipped slowly over hours at a seaside cafeteria, embodying the Greek philosophy of siga siga, taking life slowly, slowly. The mountains of the gods. Mount Olympus isn't just a myth, it is a majestic, mist-covered mountain that rises over 2,900 meters. Its peaks are often hidden in clouds, allowing the imagination to believe the gods might still be residing there in the silence. The sacred silence of Mytura. High atop massive pillars of natural sandstone sit the monasteries of Mytura. The name means suspended in the air, and for centuries, monks lived here in total isolation, seeking peace between the earth and the sky. The first marathon, the 42-kilometer race we know today, began with a single messenger, Phidippus, who ran from the battlefield of Marathon to Athens. His journey was a testament to human endurance and the weight of a message carried on the wind. The protection of the evil eye. You will often see blue glass eyes or mati hanging in Greek homes and on jewelry. This ancient symbol is believed to reflect away envy and negative energy, keeping the spirit of the home calm and protected. The healing spirit of Epidaurus. The ancient theatre of Epidaurus was part of a healing sanctuary dedicated to Asclepius, the god of medicine. It was believed that watching a play in this acoustically perfect theatre was part of the process of curing the soul. The dance of the Sirtaki. While many Greek dances are fast, they are rooted in a sense of community and shared rhythm. The dancers hold shoulders, moving as one body, a silent language of support and connection that dates back thousands of years. The hidden forest of Dardia. In the far north of Greece lies the Dardia forest, a rare sanctuary where birds of prey like the black vulture soar in circles. It is a place of deep, ancient woodland where nature's cycle continues undisturbed. The gift of the pomegranate. Since ancient times, the pomegranate has been a symbol of fertility and good luck. On New Year's Day, it is a tradition to smash a pomegranate at the door to bring abundance and sweetness to the home for the coming year. The geometry of philosophy. In the gardens of the Academy, Plato taught that the world could be understood through numbers and logic. This quiet pursuit of truth began with simple conversations under the shade of plane trees. The spirit of Filoxenia. The word Filoxenia literally means love of strangers. It is a foundational Greek value that a guest should always be treated with the utmost kindness and generosity, turning a stranger into a friend through a simple cup of coffee or a meal. The navel of the world. Ancient Greeks believed Delphi was the center of the universe. Two eagles released by Zeus were said to have met here. Today, standing among the ruins on the slopes of Mount Parnassus, the air still feels heavy with a quiet, sacred mystery. The song of the cicadas. On warm summer afternoons, the sound of cicadas is the heartbeat of the Greek countryside. Their rhythmic buzzing is a natural white noise that has accompanied Greek thinkers and farmers for millennia, signaling the peak of the golden sun. The philosophy of the Stoa. The Stoic philosophers took their name from the Stoa, the shaded, open-air porches of Athens. They believed that peace comes from within, teaching that we should focus only on what we can control, a lesson in mental stillness that survives to this day. The turquoise caves of Paxos. Along the shores of the Ionian Islands, the sea has carved deep blue caves. The light reflects off the white limestone floor through the water, creating a neon blue glow so bright it looks like the water itself is illuminated from within. The scent of wild oregano, known as rigani, Greek oregano grows wild on sun-drenched hillsides. Its name means joy of the mountain, and its spicy, herbal scent is the fragrance of the Greek wilderness, often carried for miles on the sea breeze. The Winged Victory. The famous statue of the Nike of Samothrace was originally designed to stand on a rocky cliff overlooking the sea. Even without a head or arms, her draped marble wings suggest a moment of silent, triumphant grace captured in stone. The Butterfly Valley of Rhodes. In a lush canyon on the island of Rhodes, thousands of Jersey tiger moths gather every summer. They cover the trees and rocks in a silent, vibrating blanket, attracted by the sweet scent of the oriental sweet gum trees. The first lighthouse of the world. The Pharos of Alexandria was built by Greek architects and was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Its light, produced by a massive fire and bronze mirrors, was a silent beacon of safety for sailors across the dark Mediterranean. The ancient art of mosaic. In houses from Pella to Delos, floors are decorated with tiny, hand-set stones. These mosaics often depict dolphins, sea gods, or simple geometric patterns, turning the very ground into a tapestry of quiet, enduring beauty. The ritual of the evening volta. As the heat of the day fades, Greeks take part in the volta, a slow, social stroll through the town square or along the harbor. It is a time for quiet conversation and witnessing the transition from gold to twilight. The protection of the plane tree. In many Greek village squares, a massive, ancient plane tree stands at the center. Its wide canopy provides a living ceiling of shade, where people have gathered for centuries to share coffee and news in the cool breeze. The music of the bouzouki. The long-necked bouzouki produces a bright, metallic sound that defines the Greek rebetiko music. While the songs can be mournful, the melody often carries a sense of resilience and the quiet dignity of the human spirit. The hidden city of Monemvasia, carved into the back of a massive sea rock, this medieval town is invisible from the mainland. With no cars allowed, the only sounds are footsteps on cobblestones and the crashing of waves against the ancient fortress walls. The legend of the labyrinth. Beneath the palace of Knossos on Crete, myth says a maze once held the Minotaur. Today, the ruins of the palace, with their bright red columns and dolphin frescoes, offer a quiet place to reflect on the layers of history beneath our feet. The wisdom of Solon. One of the 7 sages of Greece, Solon, famously said, "Nothing in excess." This philosophy of moderation and balance is reflected in the simple, honest ingredients of Greek life: bread, oil, wine, and light. The floating island of Delos. Once the most sacred island in Greece, Delos is now an uninhabited archaeological site. It is said to be the birthplace of Apollo, the god of light, and the silence among its lion statues and ruined temples is profound. The first astronomical computer, the Antikythera mechanism, found in a shipwreck, is a 2,000-year-old device of bronze gears. It could predict eclipses and the movement of stars, proving that the ancient Greeks looked at the night sky with a deep, mathematical curiosity. The tares of the mastic tree. On the island of Chios, the mastic trees produce a resin known as tears. Harvested by hand for centuries, this translucent sap has a fresh, pine-like scent and is used in everything from sweets to medicine. The Theatre of Dionysus. Built into the slope of the Acropolis, this was the world's first theatre. Thousands would sit in stone seats under the stars to watch plays that explored the deepest questions of life, fate, and the human heart. The spirit of Kephi. More than just joy, Kephi is a state of mind where one is overwhelmed by the beauty of the moment. It is the quiet spark in the eye when a song starts or the sun hits the water, a reminder to be present and grateful. The singing pillars of the wind. In the ancient world, architects understood acoustics so well that some temple columns were designed to hum soft, melodic tones when the wind blew through them at a certain speed, a haunting, natural music of the earth. The red beach of Santorini. Unlike the white sands of the north, the red beach in Acropolis is surrounded by towering cliffs of volcanic iron. The deep crimson sand meets the dark blue water in a silent, color-saturated landscape that feels like another world. The geometry of nature. Archimedes, a Greek mathematician from Syracuse, was so focused on his geometric circles that he famously asked a soldier not to disturb them. He saw the world in shapes and ratios, finding a quiet order in the chaos of nature. The petrified forest of Lesvos. Millions of years ago, volcanic ash buried a forest on the island of Lesvos. Today, you can walk among stone trees that have turned to colorful opal and quartz, a silent, frozen garden from the dawn of time. The water clock of Athens. In the Roman Agora stands the Tower of the Winds, which housed a sophisticated water clock. Powered by a stream from the Acropolis, it measured time by the slow, steady drip of water, marking the hours with rhythmic precision. The sponge divers of Kalymnos. For generations, the men of Kalymnos dived to incredible depths on a single breath to harvest natural sea sponges. It was a life of immense quiet and pressure, dictated by the lungs and the tides of the Aegean. The philosophy of Hippocrates. On the island of Kos, under the shade of a great plane tree, Hippocrates taught that food is medicine and nature is the healer. His Hippocratic oath remains a silent promise of care kept by doctors all over the world. The shipwreck of Odysseus. The Ionian island of Ithaca is small and rocky, but it represents the home we all seek. The poem The Odyssey reminds us that the journey is just as important as the destination, and that every traveler eventually needs a quiet place to rest. The white gold of Milos. The island of Milos is made of volcanic minerals and white perlite. Its coastline is shaped like a lunar landscape, with smooth white rocks dipping into the sea, creating hidden swimming holes that remain still and mirror-like. The Library of Celsus. Though located in Ephesus, once a major Greek city, this library was a temple to knowledge. Its towering facade was designed to face the rising sun, allowing the morning light to flood the reading rooms and wake the sleeping scrolls. The colors of the Hermian. In ancient times, the city of Hermian was famous for producing a rare purple dye from sea snails. This Tyrian purple was so difficult to make that it became the silent color of royalty, symbolizing the deep wealth of the sea. The underground river of Diros. In the Mani Peninsula, you can float in a small boat through the caves of Diros. It is a 3-kilometer journey through a flooded underworld of stalactites, where the only sound is the rhythmic dip of the wooden oar. The scent of the pine forests. Many Greek islands, like Spetses and Skiathos, are covered in dense Aleppo pines. Their scent, mixed with the salt air, creates a natural aromatherapy that has been scientifically shown to lower stress and invite deep relaxation. The harmony of the spheres. Pythagoras believed that the planets and stars moved according to mathematical equations that produced a silent, celestial music. He taught that the universe itself is a masterpiece of harmony and vibration. The medieval silence of Rhodes. The Street of the Knights in Rhodes is one of the best preserved medieval streets in Europe. Built with local sandstone, its smooth walls and arched doorways absorb sound, making a walk through its corridor feel like a journey into the quiet past. The invention of the steam engine. A Greek engineer named Hero of Alexandria created the Aeolipile, a spinning steam turbine, in the 1st century AD. It was used as a curiosity, a small spinning metal ball that proved the invisible power of heat and water. The blue-eyed statues. We often see ancient statues as white marble, but they were originally painted in vivid colors. Their eyes were sometimes made of colored glass or stone, designed to look back at the viewer with a piercing, lifelike clarity. The salt pans of Messalongi. In western Greece, vast shallow lagoons are used to harvest sea salt. In the summer, the water evaporates to leave white mountains of salt that reflect the sky, creating a shimmering, silent horizon of white and blue. The wisdom of the ant. Ancient Greek fables, like those of Aesop, often used the quiet observations of nature to teach human lessons. The industrious ant and the singing grasshopper remind us to find balance between the work of the day and the beauty of the song. The spirit of eudaimonia, often translated as happiness, eudaimonia actually means the flourishing of the soul. It is the quiet satisfaction of living a life of purpose and virtue, flourishing like a well-tended olive tree in the Mediterranean sun. The liquid gold of Homer. Homer famously referred to olive oil as liquid gold. In ancient times, it was used not just for food, but as a medicine and a source of light. Today, The scent of fresh pressed oil remains the foundational aroma of every Greek kitchen. The sacred honey of thyme. On the slopes of Mount Hymettus, bees gather nectar from wild thyme. This honey is prized for its amber color and floral clarity. It was believed to be the food of the gods, a sweet distillation of the Greek sun and earth. The philosophy of the meze. A meze is not a meal, but a collection of small plates, olives, feta, grilled octopus, meant to be shared slowly. It is designed to prolong the conversation, turning a simple gathering into an afternoon of connection and kefi. The ancient origins of wine. Greece is home to some of the world's oldest grape varieties, like Assyrtiko and Xinomavro. For over 4,000 years, the vine has been a symbol of the cycle of life, growing in volcanic soil to produce wines that taste of the sea and stone. The magic of feta. True Greek feta must be aged for at least 2 months in wooden barrels or tin containers. The result is a creamy, tangy cheese that carries the scent of the wild herbs grazed upon by the sheep and goats of the mountains. The saffron of Kozani. In northern Greece, the red gold of Crocus kozani is harvested by hand. Each delicate stamen of the crocus flower must be picked individually, a task requiring immense patience and a quiet, steady hand. The secret of the Cretan diet. The diet of Crete is often cited as the healthiest in the world. It relies heavily on horta, wild greens foraged from the hillsides. These bitter, nutrient-rich plants are a direct link to the foraging traditions of the ancient world. The bread of life. In Greek villages, the paximadi or barley rusk is a staple. Doubly baked to last for months, it must be softened with a splash of water or olive oil, teaching the eater to be patient and to respect the humble origins of their food. The resin of the retsina. This unique white wine is flavored with the resin of the Aleppo pine. Originally used to seal wine amphorae in ancient times, the pine flavor stuck, creating a bracing, forest-scented drink that tastes like the Greek summer. The ritual of the coffee grounds. After drinking a Greek coffee, it is a quiet tradition to turn the cup over. The patterns formed by the thick dregs are said to tell a story of the future, a moment of playful mystery shared between friends at the end of a meal. The wisdom of the fig tree. Figs have been a source of energy in Greece since the Bronze Age. In the heat of August, the fruit becomes heavy and honey-sweet, offering a natural snack that requires no preparation, only a moment of gratitude under the shade of the broad leaves. The healing mastiha of Chios. Mastiha is the world's first natural chewing gum. Harvested from the mastic tree, its refreshing, earthy flavor was used by ancient Greeks to clean their teeth and calm their minds. The scent of the bakery at 4 a.m. In every Greek town, the bakery is the first place to wake up. The smell of pteropita, cheese pie, and spanakopita, spinach pie, drifting through the cool morning air is the first sensory signal of a new day. The purple olives of Kalamata. Unlike green olives, Kalamata olives are left on the tree until they are fully ripe and dark purple. They are slit by hand and cured in brine, a slow process that preserves their meaty texture and almond-like shape. The philosophy of the symposium. The word symposium literally means drinking together. In ancient Greece, these were gatherings for intellectual discussion where wine was always diluted with water to ensure the conversation remained clear, thoughtful, and balanced. The wild strawberries of the north. In the mountains of Pindus, tiny wild strawberries grow in the shade. They are much smaller than garden strawberries but carry an intense, concentrated sweetness, a small, hidden reward for those who walk the mountain paths. The sea salt of Mani. Along the rugged coast of the Mani Peninsula, salt is still gathered from salt pans carved into the rocks by the sea. The sun evaporates the water, leaving behind pure, crunchy crystals that taste of the deep Mediterranean. The art of the phyllo, hand-stretched phyllo dough, is so thin it is almost translucent. Making it requires a rhythmic, gentle touch, as the baker tosses the dough over their arms to let gravity and air create the delicate layers that define Greek pastry. The gift of the almond. Almond trees are the first to bloom in the Greek spring, often while the mountain peaks are still white with snow. Their pale blossoms are a silent signal of hope, and their nuts are used in amygdalota sweets to celebrate new beginnings. The spirit of the taverna. A Greek taverna is more than a restaurant, it is a communal living room. With its simple wooden chairs and paper tablecloths, it is a place where time is secondary to the quality of the company and the honesty of the food. The map of the constellations. Most of the constellations we recognize today, like Orion, Cassiopeia, and the Great Bear, were named and charted by the ancient Greeks. They looked at the flickering points of light and saw a silent, eternal theater of heroes and creatures. The river of milk, the Milky Way, gets its name from the Greek myth Galaxias. It was said to be a path of spilled milk from the goddess Hera, a soft, glowing river that reminded the Greeks of the nourishing connection between the heavens and the earth. The first round Earth. Long before modern satellites, the Greek philosopher Anaxagoras and later Eratosthenes deduced that the Earth was a sphere. By observing the shadow of the Earth on the Moon during an eclipse, they realized we live on a gentle, curving world. The music of the planets. Pythagoras believed that the distance between the planets corresponded to musical intervals. He taught that the universe creates a harmony of the spheres, a celestial melody that is too perfect for human ears to hear, but one that maintains the peace of the cosmos. The evening star. The Greeks called the planet Venus Hesperus when it appeared in the evening and Phosphorus when it appeared in the morning. They watched its steady white glow as a silent guardian of the transitions between day and night. The Antikythera mystery. This ancient computer, found in a shipwreck, used bronze gears to track the movements of the sun, moon, and 5 known planets. It proves the Greeks viewed the sky as a precise, rhythmic clockwork that could be understood through patience and math. The story of the Pleiades. These 7 bright stars were known as the 7 Sisters. 4 Greek sailors. Their appearance in the dawn sky marked the beginning of the safe sailing season, a silent signal that the winter storms had passed. The first catalogue of stars. Hipparchus, often called the father of astronomy, compiled the first comprehensive star catalogue. He meticulously recorded the positions and brightness of over 850 stars, a task of immense quiet and concentration. The sun-centered theory. Nearly 2,000 years before Copernicus, Aristarchus of Samos proposed that the Earth and planets revolve around the Sun. Though his idea was ahead of its time, it reflects the Greek spirit of questioning the very center of existence. The measurement of the Moon. Using only simple geometry and the observation of shadows, Hipparchus calculated the distance from the Earth to the Moon with incredible accuracy. It was a feat of pure thought, performed under the stillness of the night sky. The legend of the Northern Crown. The constellation Corona Borealis represents the crown given by Dionysus to Ariadne. In the dark Greek skies, it appears as a delicate, perfect circle of stars, a silent jewel in the velvet blackness. The lyre in the sky. The constellation Lyra represents the instrument of Orpheus, whose music was so beautiful it could calm wild animals and still the hearts of stones. Its brightest star, Vega, shines with a cool, blue-white light that evokes a sense of deep peace. The Tower of the Winds. In Athens, this octagonal tower served as a weather station and sundial. Each side depicts a different wind deity, showing how the Greeks looked to the sky to understand the invisible forces that move the clouds and the sea. The sun as a chariot. To the ancients, the sun was Helios, driving a golden chariot across the sky each day. This myth gave a sense of purpose and rhythm to the sunrise, turning a natural event into a daily act of divine duty. The mirror of the sea. On the islands, the lack of light pollution means the stars are often reflected perfectly in the still, dark waters of the Aegean. Looking out from a darkened shore, it can feel as though you are suspended between two identical heavens. The philosophy of the infinite. Epicurus believed that the universe was infinite and filled with countless worlds. This long view was intended to take away human fear, suggesting that we are part of a vast, silent, and eternal tapestry. The precision of the Parthenon. The Parthenon was built to align with certain celestial events. The light of the rising sun would enter the temple on specific days to illuminate the statue of Athena, blending human architecture with the movement of the stars. The stars as navigators. Ancient Greek sailors didn't have compasses, they had the pole star. By keeping this steady light in their sights, they could navigate the dark, open sea, trusting in the permanence of the sky to lead them home. The connection of the zodiac. The zodiac comes from the Greek word zodiakos, meaning circle of animals. It was a way for the Greeks to divide the year into seasons, linking the movement of the sun to the cycles of life on the ground. The quiet of the observatory. Ancient astronomers often worked from high, lonely peaks to get closer to the stars. In that thin, cold air, they found a unique kind of silence, a place where the worries of the city faded, leaving only the observer and the infinite light. The secret of entasis. If you look at the columns of the Parthenon, they appear perfectly straight, but they actually have a slight outward curve called entasis. This subtle swelling makes the stone look organic and alive, as if the temple is gently breathing under the weight of the roof. The golden ratio. Greek architects used a mathematical proportion known as the golden ratio, 1.618 because they believed it was the secret language of beauty found in nature. This balance creates a sense of rightness that the human eye perceives as deeply calming. The acoustic miracle of Epidaurus. The theater at Epidaurus is so perfectly designed that a coin dropped in the center of the stage can be heard clearly in the very last row, 60 meters away. This clarity allowed the audience to focus entirely on the rhythm of the poetry and the sound of the wind. The protection of the peristyle. Many temples are surrounded by a peristyle or a continuous porch of columns. Walking through these shadows provides a liminal space, a quiet transition zone between the busy outside world and the sacred stillness of the inner sanctuary. The orientation to the dawn. Almost all ancient Greek temples face east. This was designed so that the first rays of the rising sun would strike the cult statue inside, flooding the dark, quiet interior with a sudden, golden light every morning. The philosophy of the gymnasium. A Greek gymnasium wasn't just for exercise. It was built with quiet gardens and shaded walkways called zistoi. It was a place to train both the body and the mind, emphasizing that true health requires a peaceful environment. The pebble mosaics of Pella. In the ancient capital of Macedonia, floors were made of unpolished river pebbles. Walking barefoot on these smooth, naturally rounded stones provided a tactile connection to the earth, a gentle massage for the feet that grounded the inhabitant. The living roofs of the islands. Many traditional island homes use a mixture of seaweed, earth, and stone for their roofs. These thick, natural layers provide incredible insulation, keeping the interior rooms as silent and cool as a mountain cave during the noon heat. The altar of peace. In many Greek cities, there were altars dedicated to Aegean, the personification of peace. These were often located in the agora, reminding the busy citizens to pause and value harmony above the noise of commerce. The blue-domed solitude. The blue domes of Santorini's churches were designed to blend with the color of the Aegean Sea and the sky. This visual harmony makes the buildings feel like they aren't intruding on the landscape, but are a natural part of the horizon. The secret gardens of Epicurus. Unlike other philosophers who taught in public, Epicurus bought a private house with a walled garden. He believed that true peace, ataraxia, was best found in a quiet, green space shared with a few close friends. The geometry of the tholos. A tholos is a circular temple. The lack of corners in these buildings creates a soft, flowing energy where the eye never gets stuck, encouraging a sense of infinite, cyclical peace. The Propylaea's welcome. The grand gateway to the Acropolis, the Propylaea, was designed to slow people down. Its rising steps and massive columns forced visitors to look up and breathe deeply before entering the sacred plateau. The healing sleep of the Asclepian. At healing centers like the one in Kos, patients would sleep in long halls called abaton. The architecture was designed to be low-lit and airy, encouraging temple sleep where healing dreams were said to occur in the silence. The light of the caryatids. On the erectile, 6 stone maidens serve as columns. They stand in graceful, relaxed poses, carrying the heavy weight of the stone roof with a silent, effortless dignity that serves as a lesson in inner strength. The sun-dried brick. Many ancient homes were built with sun-dried mud bricks. This material is breathable, meaning the house stays naturally cool in the summer and warm in the winter, creating a soft, humus-scented atmosphere inside. The theater as a mirror of nature. Greek theaters were always built into the natural curve of a hillside. They never blocked the view. Instead, the landscape behind the stage was considered the most important part of the scenery, connecting the play to the eternal world. The Fountain of Perene. In Corinth, this elaborate fountain house provided cold, clear water from a subterranean spring. The sound of constant dripping and flowing water created a natural white noise that turned the city center into a place of refreshment. The whitewash of health. The tradition of painting houses white with lime was originally a way to disinfect the walls. The result is a bright, luminous village aesthetic that feels pure, airy, and light, reflecting the Greek desire for catharsis or cleansing. The balance of the caryatid's knee. If you look closely at the caryatid statues, one knee is always slightly bent. This contrapposto pose mimics a human at rest, making the heavy architecture feel approachable and human, rather than cold and imposing. The depth of Philotomo. Often called the highest of all Greek virtues, Philotomo has no direct translation. It literally means love of honor, but it describes a quiet, selfless sense of duty to do the right thing for your community without expecting anything in return. The light of Charmosini. This beautiful word describes joyful sorrow. It is the feeling of finding beauty in a sad moment or realizing that life's most profound joys are often tinged with the quiet realization that time is passing. The stillness of Galini. While peace is a common word, Galini refers specifically to the extreme calmness of the sea when there isn't a single ripple on the water. It is used to describe a soul that has found total, glassy stillness. The spark of Meraki. When you do something with Meraki, you are putting a piece of your soul, your creativity, and your love into your work. Whether it is baking bread or painting a wall, it is the act of leaving a quiet part of yourself in what you create. The warmth of Paria. A Paria is more than a group of friends. It is a circle of people who gather simply to share their experiences, values, and ideas. It is the quiet support found in a shared evening where no one is a stranger. The rhythm of Siga Siga. This translates to slowly, slowly. In Greece, it is a philosophy of life, a reminder that there is no need to rush, and that the best things, like a ripening olive or a deep conversation, require the gift of time. The longing of nostalgia, a word the Greeks gave the world. Nostalgia comes from nostos, homecoming, and algos, pain. It is the ache for home, a bittersweet, quiet reflection on the places and people that shaped our hearts. The presence of nepsis. In the tradition of the Desert Fathers, nepsis is watchfulness. It is the practice of keeping the mind clear and the heart alert, a state of meditative sobriety that allows one to see the world as it truly is. The beauty of Kallos. While it means beauty, Kallos in ancient Greece referred to the outward reflection of inner virtue. It suggests that a peaceful mind and a good heart naturally create a face that is soothing to look upon. The truth of aletheia. The Greek word for truth, aletheia, literally means UN forgetting or UN hiding. It suggests that truth isn't something we invent, but something quiet and eternal that we simply need to uncover. The courage of Tharsos. This is a gentle kind of courage. It isn't the loud bravery of a soldier, but the quiet confidence to face the day with a smile and a steady heart, regardless of the challenges. The spirit of enthusiasm, derived from en theos, this word originally meant having a God within. It describes the quiet, radiant energy that comes when you are inspired by something greater than yourself. The hospitality of Xenia. To the Greeks, Zeus was the protector of travelers. Xenia is the sacred law of hospitality, the quiet understanding that every stranger is a potential guest who should be treated with dignity and care. The comfort of Thalpoti. This word describes the cozy, radiating warmth of a hearth or a hug. It is the feeling of being physically and emotionally sheltered from the cold, a sanctuary of the senses. The mystery of Mysterio. A mystery to the Greeks wasn't a puzzle to be solved, but a truth to be experienced in silence. It reminds us that some of the most beautiful parts of life cannot be explained, only felt. The echo of lullabies. The Greek word for lullaby is nanarisma. These songs often have a repetitive, hypnotic rhythm, designed to mimic the swaying of the sea, carrying a child, and the listener, into a state of deep calm. The wisdom of Saphrosine. This word describes a state of mind characterized by self-control, moderation, and a deep sense of balance. It is the quiet mind that remains steady even when the world around it is in motion. The horizon of orison, meaning to limit or to divide. The horizon is where the earth meets the sky. In Greek thought, it represents the boundary of our sight and a reminder that there is always something vast and quiet beyond what we can see. The sound of citharos. This is the Greek word for whisper. It is an onomatopoeia, designed to sound like the wind moving through the leaves of an olive tree, a soft and secretive sound of nature. The legacy of logiki, rooted in logos, reason or word. Logiki is the quiet, internal order of the mind. It suggests that by thinking clearly and speaking gently, we can bring harmony to our lives and the lives of others. The journey of the Crete. Every summer, loggerhead sea turtles return to the quiet beaches of Zakynthos to lay their eggs. They navigate thousands of miles of open ocean to find the exact sand where they were born, a silent and miraculous journey of instinct and memory. The dolphins of the Saronic Gulf. Dolphins have been sacred in Greece since antiquity. They often glide alongside fishing boats, not for food, but seemingly for the joy of the movement. Ancient myths say they are the spirits of the sea, appearing as a silent sign of good luck. The rare Cretan ibex, known locally as the Crete, this shy mountain goat is found only in the rugged Samaria Gorge. They move with incredible grace across near vertical cliffs, their hooves making only the slightest click against the ancient limestone. The Eleonora's falcon. This elegant bird of prey nests on the uninhabited rocky islets of the Aegean. They are unique because they breed in the late summer, timed perfectly with the quiet migration of smaller birds across the sea. The Dalmatian pelicans of Pre-Spa. In the quiet, misty lakes of northern Greece, you can find one of the world's largest colonies of these prehistoric-looking birds. They glide across the still water with a silent, heavy dignity, their wingspans reaching nearly 3 meters. The wild horses of the Delta. In the marshlands of the Evros Delta, herds of wild horses roam free. Watching them move through the tall reeds at dawn, surrounded by the silence of the wetlands, is like stepping back into a world untouched by time. The Mediterranean monk seals sleep. One of the rarest animals on Earth, the monk seal, prefers the absolute solitude of sea caves. They are known to sleep on underwater ledges, rising slowly to the surface for air in a rhythmic, meditative cycle. The song of the Scops owl. In the stillness of a Greek night, you will often hear a repetitive, flute-like taiu. This is the call of the Scops owl. It is a lonely, peaceful sound that has provided the background music for Greek nights since the time of Homer. The butterfly migration of Rhodes. In the Valley of the Butterflies, the Jersey tiger moths are attracted to the resin of the oriental sweet gum trees. They sit so still on the bark that the trees appear to be covered in living, vibrating velvet. The mountain eagles of Olympus. High above the peaks where the gods were said to live, golden eagles soar on the thermals. From their perspective, the mountains are a silent tapestry of green and gray, a world far removed from the noise of human life. The chameleon of Pylos. On the island of Samos and in the Peloponnese, you can find the African chameleon. It moves with extreme slowness, each step a deliberate, rocking motion, perfectly mimicking a leaf swaying in a gentle breeze. The red deer of Parnitha. Just a short distance from the bustle of Athens, the forests of Mount Parnitha are home to majestic red deer. They emerge into the clearings at twilight, silent shadows moving through the pine trees. The fire salamanders of the Pelion. In the damp, leafy ravines of Mount Pelion, these bright yellow and black creatures emerge after a summer rain. They move slowly through the moss, a vivid splash of color in the quiet, green shade. The bees of Aristeus. Aristeus was the Greek god of beekeeping. Greek bees are famous for their resilience, gathering nectar from the driest herbs to create honey that is a thick, golden concentration of the landscape soul. The loggerhead's first walk. When the baby turtles hatch at night, they use the reflection of the moon on the water to find the sea. It is a quiet, heroic crawl across the sand, a tiny life beginning its long relationship with the infinite ocean. The wild boars of the north. In the dense oak forests of Macedonia, wild boars forage in the undergrowth. They are the silent architects of the forest floor, turning over the earth to help new seeds find a place to grow. The grace of the Mediterranean gull. Unlike the noisy gulls of the Atlantic, these birds have a softer cry. They often follow the wake of the ferries, suspended in the air on invisible currents, a silent companion for the traveler. The tortoises of the olive groves. It is common to find Hermann's tortoises slowly making their way through the tall grass of an olive grove. Their steady, unhurried pace is a living reminder of the Greek philosophy of siga siga. The jackals of Samos. Samos is one of the few places in Greece where the golden jackal still thrives. Their haunting howls at night are a reminder of the wild, untamed spirit that still exists in the quiet corners of the islands. The spirit of the Aegean wall lizard. You will see these small, bright green lizards on almost every stone wall. They sit perfectly still in the sun for hours, basking in the heat, an embodiment of the simple joy of existence. The 1st of March, on the first day of spring, children and adults alike wear the martis, a simple bracelet made of intertwined red and white thread. It is a silent charm worn until the end of the month, intended to protect the skin from the first, surprisingly strong rays of the spring sun. The blooming of the Judas tree. In April, the Greek hillsides are suddenly painted with the vivid magenta blossoms of the Judas tree. Appearing before the leaves, these bright flowers are a silent herald of the coming Easter, standing out against the silver green of the olive groves. The silent vigil of the Epitaphios. On Good Friday, the streets of every Greek village fall into a profound silence. A flower-covered bier is carried through the town by candlelight. The only sound is the rhythmic, mournful tolling of a single church bell, marking a night of deep collective reflection. The Rocket War of Chios. On the island of Chios, a unique Easter tradition involves a war of thousands of homemade rockets between two churches. While it sounds loud, the preparation is a quiet, year-long craft, and the sight of the glowing arcs across the night sky is a breathtaking display of light. The Midsummer Fires. On the feast of St. John in June, Greeks traditionally light small bonfires using the dried wreaths of May Day flowers. Jumping over the flames is a ritual of purification, a way to leave the old behind and step into the heat of the high summer with a clean spirit. The August moon. The full moon of August is considered the most beautiful and brightest of the year. In a unique act of cultural generosity, archaeological sites like the Acropolis and the Temple of Poseidon stay open late into the night, allowing people to sit in the ancient silence under the massive, golden moon. The harvest of the sea. September is the time for the trata, the traditional fishing season. As the waters begin to cool slightly, fishermen move with a quiet, synchronized rhythm, mending nets and preparing their wooden boats for the bountiful harvests of the autumn. The smell of the must. As the grapes are pressed in late September, the scent of the must, fresh grape juice, fills the air of the villages. It is a sweet, fermenting aroma that signals the transition from the labor of the harvest to the quiet patience of the wine cellar. The first rain and the cyclamens. After the long, dry summer, the first autumn rain brings a scent called petrichor. Almost immediately, tiny wild cyclamens push through the parched earth, their delicate pink petals a silent sign that the earth is drinking and reviving. The ritual of the olive press. From November to January, the pace of life centers on the olive groves. The sound of the harvest, the gentle rhythmic beating of the branches, is followed by the quiet, communal atmosphere of the local press, where the season's liquid gold is finally realized. The blessing of the waters. On Epiphany in January, a cross is thrown into the cold sea, and young men dive to retrieve it. It is a ritual of sanctifying the water, a moment of bracing cold and communal hope that the seas will be kind to the sailors in the year ahead. The cleaning of the copper. Before the great feast days, it was a tradition in island homes to take all the copper pots to the sea. Scrubbed with sand and lemon, the metal was polished until it shone like the sun, a quiet, meditative task that prepared the house for guests. The almond blossoms hope. In the heart of February, the almond trees bloom, often while the mountain peaks are still capped with snow. These brides of winter are a silent message of resilience, proving that life can flourish even in the coldest months. The kite flying of Clean Monday. To mark the beginning of Lent, Greeks head to the hills to fly kites. The sky becomes a silent tapestry of color, representing the soul's desire to rise above the earthly and find a sense of light and freedom. The protection of the basil. In the summer, you will find pots of sweet basil on every doorstep and windowsill. It is believed to keep away insects, but its true purpose is the scent, a fresh, spicy fragrance that greets you every time you enter a home. The night of the shooting stars. In mid-August, during the Perseid meteor shower, Greeks often head to the beaches to sleep under the stars. Lying on the warm sand and watching the silent streaks of light across the Milky Way is a profound moment of connection to the cosmos. The winter solitude of the islands. When the tourists leave in October, the islands return to their true selves. The pace slows to a crawl, and the locals regain their row, calm, enjoying the quiet beauty of a stormy sea and the warmth of a wood-burning stove. The tradition of the Kalanta. On Christmas and New Year's Eve, children go from house to house singing Kalanta, carols, while playing a small metal triangle. It is a gentle, tinkling sound that carries through the narrow streets, spreading a message of luck and prosperity. The dried herbs of the attic. During the summer, bunches of oregano, thyme, and mountain tea are hung to dry in the shade. Throughout the winter, these dried herbs release the trapped scent of the summer sun every time they are touched, a silent memory of warmer days. The eternal light of the candeli. In many homes and roadside shrines, a small oil lamp called a candeli is kept lit year-round. Tending to the flame, trimming the wick and adding fresh oil is a quiet, daily ritual of mindfulness and remembrance that connects the present to the eternal. The secret of the Greek sun. There is a unique quality to the light in Greece that painters and poets have tried to capture for centuries. It is a vertical light, sharp and clear, that strips away shadows and makes the world appear in its most honest, essential form. The laughter of Aristophanes. Even in their comedies, the ancient Greeks sought a sense of catharsis or emotional release. They believed that a deep, belly-felt laugh was just as healing for the soul as a quiet prayer in a temple. The wisdom of the pebble. In the ancient world, cephos, pebbles, were used as ballots for voting. This simple, tactile act of placing a smooth stone into a jar was the foundation of democracy, a reminder that great change begins with a single, quiet choice. The protection of the olive branch. The kotinos, a wreath made of a branch from a wild olive tree, was the only prize for an Olympic victor. It symbolized that the highest honor was not found in gold or silver, but in the living, peaceful spirit of nature. The mystery of the Sibyl. At the oracle of Delphi, the priestess would sit in silence before delivering her prophecies. It was believed that in the absence of human speech, the voice of the divine could finally be heard in the rustling of the laurel leaves. The logic of the lute. The oud and the lauto are ancient string instruments that produce a resonance similar to the human voice. Playing them requires a gentle, rhythmic plucking that mimics the steady beat of a heart at rest. The resilience of the bougainvillea. These vivid pink and purple vines thrive in the harshest heat with very little water. They drape over whitewashed walls like a living waterfall, a silent testament to the beauty that can bloom in difficult conditions. The first geography. Anaximander was the first to create a map of the known world. He didn't see the Earth as a collection of borders, but as a single, floating cylinder suspended in the infinite, a thought that brings a sense of grand, cosmic perspective. The sound of the komboloi, often called worry beads, the komboloi is not a religious tool, but a secular one used for relaxation. The quiet, rhythmic click-clack of the amber or stone beads hitting one another is a form of tactile meditation. The Library of the Winds. Ancient Greeks believed that each wind had its own personality. Boreas was the cold north wind, while Zephyrus was the gentle west breeze. By naming the air, they turned the weather into a familiar, understandable companion. The architecture of the cave. On islands like Santorini, Episkopho houses are carved directly into the volcanic rock. Being surrounded by the earth provides a unique sense of safety and a profound, heavy silence that no modern wall can replicate. The philosophy of ataraxia. This was the goal of many Greek thinkers, a state of untroubledness. It is the quiet inner strength that allows a person to remain calm and kind even when the world around them is in a state of flux. The mirror of the stars. On the sacred island of Delos, ancient cisterns were built to catch rainwater. At night, these dark pools acted as perfect mirrors for the constellations, bringing the heavens down to touch the earth in a silent reflection. The healing spirit of the sun. The Greeks were among the first to practice heliotherapy. They believed that the sun's rays could wash away melancholy and restore the balance of the body's internal rhythms. The legacy of the epic. Homer's Odyssey ends with the hero finally returning to his quiet hearth. It suggests that while adventure is grand, the ultimate human achievement is the ability to find peace and belonging in one's own home. The rhythm of the loom. In mountain villages, women still use traditional wooden looms to weave thick wool rugs. The steady thump-clack of the loom is a rhythmic song of patience, turning raw wool into a tapestry of warmth and history. The geometry of the soul. Plato believed that the soul had three parts that must work in harmony. He compared it to a chariot driver keeping two horses in balance, a metaphor for the quiet work we all do to find our own inner equilibrium. The secret of the Aegean blue. Scientists have found that the deep blue color of the Aegean is caused by the purity of the water and the way it scatters sunlight. It is a blue that feels deep not just in distance, but in spirit, inviting the mind to wander. The spirit of the plane tree. Some plane trees in Greece are so large that their hollow trunks have been used as tiny chapels or libraries. These living rooms of nature provide a cool, wood-scented sanctuary for anyone seeking a moment of shade. The final note of the Aegean. As we conclude our 200 facts, remember the Greek word telos, which means purpose or end. Our purpose here has been to find the quiet in the noise, the light in the dark, and the peace that has resided in these ancient lands for 3,000 years. Our journey through the golden light and blue waters of Greece has come to its quiet end. I hope these 200 moments of history, myth, and nature have brought a sense of Galini, that perfect, glassy stillness, to your heart today. If you enjoyed this peaceful exploration, please leave a like on this video and join us on our next journey by subscribing and turning on the notifications. We have many more stories to tell, and many more silences to share. For now, whether you are closing your eyes for a deep sleep or simply moving forward with a clearer mind, take the warmth of the Greek sun with you. Thank you for being here. Stay peaceful, stay curious, and sleep well.